Stoneybeach by Loretta Smith, read by Matthew Woods. Chapter 7. Arthur Reginald Patterson scrapes a cold razor over his chin, then purses his lips in a sideways kiss, drawing the blade to one side, then the other. He dabs his face with a towel and splashes on aftershave, enjoying the short sting, knowing that hot itch will soon fade. As he reaches the dining room, Enid has prepared his breakfast: 1 boiled egg with soldiers, half a grapefruit, and some cornflakes. Enid has been up for an hour already. As usual, she presents herself well in a skirt and blouse. She's made herself, her hair, makeup immaculate. She's already eaten just a bowl of bran cereal and the other half of the grapefruit. Enid always watches what she eats, paranoid about gaining weight. "Have some tea, dear," she orders Arthur. "I will after I've eaten, thank you," Arthur replies, not appreciating the way Enid always directs him. "Where are you working today?" inquires Enid. "Over at the school in Islington. There's a good few weeks' work for us." "Is Cat working with you?" "Of course. He works for me every day. You know that." "I wasn't sure, that's all. I thought he might be no longer with you." "I was planning to make him a partner one day. That lad's a real talent. He has a knack of sussing out any new problems. I guess it just comes naturally to him. In any case, I think he'll be with me for a long time to come yet." "Why do you ask?" "No reason. Come on, you'll be late." As Arthur picks up his pat lunch, a ham sandwich and an apple, he sets off to collect Cat. Then on to Islington for the day. Enid waves him goodbye and then goes back indoors to continue her chores. Enid knows that Cat is the son she abandoned just 20 or so years ago, and there's nothing she can do to get rid of him. But deep down, she can't wait to see him. The hardest thing is acting naturally around him. All she wants is to hold him and tell him how much she loves him, but then Arthur would surely leave her for her betrayal. At Islington Grammar School, they're building a new wing. Arthur and Cat are contracted to wire up the new wing and run repairs to the antique electrical circuits in the other building. "Cat Redman, is that you?" comes a call from a young man in a brown overcoat. "Bobby Johnson? I can't believe it. How long has it been?" Cat replies. Cat and Bobby reminisce about St Andrews, Sister Josephine, Stephen McAllister, and of course Billy. The two men arrange to meet for a pint that evening after work. They soon become firm friends again. Bob has grown physically since they both departed for national service. His fair hair has darkened and receded slightly at the front, forming a widow's peak. And his puppy fat has long gone. In fact, he's a very handsome young man with an eye for the ladies and blessed with the gift of the gab. Cat is still very shy with women. The two men go to nightclubs in the West End where Bob chats up pretty girls while Cat tags along, forcing awkward conversations with girlfriends of Bob's next victim. June 5th, 1964. At the village hall, it's Patricia's 18th birthday. Beatlemania is in full flight and the swinging 60s has arrived. Arthur and Enid have organised a party with a cold buffet of sausage rolls, sandwiches, cheese and pineapple sticks, plus salads and birthday cake. Disco Dave Birch has set up his turntable and is unloading his LPs from his suitcase. Cat and Bobby Johnson arrive, 2 young men in their early 20s, dressed as mods. Cat wears drainpipe hipster trousers and an Indian-style shirt with a Nehru collar. His hair grown out into half afro. Bobby wears a tight-fitting 2-piece suit with drainpipe hipster trousers and a turtleneck jumper. His jet-back hair grown longer so the fringe reaches just above his eyes. Pat looks absolutely stunning in a black and white mini dress with tights and black form shoes. Her hair is styled in a beehive and she wears heavy 60s eye makeup with a few freckles across her short upturned nose. Cat and Bob arrive as "You Really Got Me" pulsates through the air. Arthur and Enid make their excuses and depart along with the rest of the aunts and uncles. On cue, Dave Birch turns up the volume and the party really starts. "Is that beauty Pat?" Bob asks Cat. A look of dread comes over Cat's face as he realises Bob will soon be making a beeline for his boss's very innocent daughter. "No, please, Bob. There's lots of girls here. I don't want you messing Pat around. She means a lot to me." "Do you want to have a crack then?" Bob says, knowing Cat is actually shy with girls. "It's not like that. The Pattersons, they're like family to me. And I know what you're like, Bob. You'll use her and dump her for the next notch on your bedpost." "I'm just going to talk to her, Cat. I promise not to take advantage." Cat's fears are realised as Pat takes one look at Bob and he knows it's hopeless. She's putty in his hands, like a cobra being hypnotised by an Indian piper. Bob finds out what music she likes, who's her favourite movie star, charming her all evening. They dance together, Bob guiding her with one hand and the small of her back to the bar, making sure she's plied with wine all evening. "Looks like we've both been dumped by our friends," says a voice next to Kat. "I'm Joan, Pat's friend from work." Pat's friend is standing next to Kat, looking pretty fed up. "I don't know anyone here, and Pat hasn't looked away from your mate all night." "You're Kat, aren't you? Pat's mentioned you before. You work in the same office. It's nice to meet you." Joan and Kat chat all evening and share an awkward-looking dance together. Kat likes the look of Joan. She's immaculately presented, wearing a red miniskirt, white blouse, tights and shoes. Her hair is almost black and styled in a fashionable beehive look of the day. Her eyes are dark brown and kind-looking. Kat likes that and feels at ease in her presence. This is a first for Kat. He doesn't know how to talk to girls, but he enjoys Jo's company. By the end of the evening, Bob and Kat walk Patricia and Joan home. Joan Law lives just a few streets away at the crossroads of Henderson's Avenue and Grosvenor Road. They split up. Kat is hesitant to leave Pat alone with Bob, but is also keen to stay with Joan, who links arms with Kat and leads him towards her home. At the corner of the street, Joan turns towards Kat. "You can kiss me goodnight if you like. No funny business, though." Kat leans towards Joan with his eyes closed and his lips slightly apart. Joan is unaware at first that this is Kat's first kiss. Their lips come together and don't move for a second before Joan pulls back. "Have you kissed a girl before?" "Is it obvious? I'm sorry." "That's fine, just move your lips a little bit more. You can put your tongue in my mouth if you like this." Their lips come together again, but this time the kiss is much wetter. With soft sounds, Joan's tongue moves slowly out of her mouth and into Kat's. He's surprised at first, but then starts to like it. This momentous occasion in Kat's life goes on for half an hour. They stand motionless the whole time with their hands resting on each other's hips. Eventually, Joan ends the kiss, and there's an awkward moment when neither knows what to say. Joan finally says she has to go inside as her parents will soon come looking for her. They arrange to meet up soon with Bob and Pat for a double date. His balls are aching so much from the excitement he's been nursing for the whole kiss that he has to walk home tentatively. As soon as he gets there, he finds relief in private and falls asleep with a huge smile on his face. Over the next few months, Kat courts Joan. Usually double dating with Pat and Bob, it gets to the stage where Kat sees Joan every day. On one occasion, Kat has arranged a night out with Bob and some men from the building site. As Kat is leaving his flat, Joan is outside. "Hi Joan, what's wrong?" "Nothing. I wanted to surprise you, that's all. Can we go inside?" "Well, not really. I was just on my way to the bus stop. I'm meeting Bob and some other guys up west." "I know that, but please don't go. I need to see you." Kat takes Joan inside his room. He's irritated with her, and he knows they're about to have their first fight. Joan is worried that Kat doesn't want to be with her anymore. He explains that he does, but they're seeing each other almost every day, and he'd like the idea of having a night out with his mates from time to time. Perhaps she should do the same. Kat stands in front of his bed, waving his arms in frustration. Why are girls so weird, he thinks to himself. At this point, Joan puts her hand on his chest and pushes him backward so he falls onto his bed. Kat props himself up on his elbows, and before he can ask why she did that, Joan starts to undress. "What are you doing?" "I want you, Kat. I want you to make love to me." Kat is still annoyed and about to argue, but as his hesitation shifts, he stops talking and watches as Joan hurriedly kicks off her work shoes, followed by her knee-length pencil skirt, slip and tights. Standing in front of Kat in just her knickers and blouse, she pauses. "Aren't you going to get undressed then?" Kat throws off his clothes and sits on a bed in his underwear, leaning forwards to hide his excitement. Joan removes her blouse and bra quickly and falls on the bed next to Kat. They lie next to each other, kissing passionately with their hands exploring each other's bodies. Up until now, they've just kissed. Kat has grabbed Joan's bottom once, but she moved his hand away immediately. Right here and now, Kat is hesitant to go further until he knows she will let him, but then he remembers her words. "I want you to make love to me." What follows is tender, but awkward. Two inexperienced young people discovering intimacy together. Kat is enthusiastic, but completely clueless about anatomy, and after several minutes of what he thinks is passionate lovemaking, Joan gently guides him into the right place. "Sorry, Joan, can you help me?" he asks, looking embarrassed. Joan tries not to giggle as she helps him. It's okay. It's my first time too. Once they figure things out, they both wince as they lose their virginities together. Afterwards, they lie in each other's arms, both breathing heavily and fighting back laughter at their fumbling attempts. Well, that was educational, says Joan with a smile. I have no idea what I was doing, Kat admits. Neither did I, but we'll get better at it. This momentous occasion changes everything between them. Though Joan proves to have very different ideas about physical intimacy than Kat does, something that will cause friction in their relationship as it develops. End of chapter 7.